to make sure that the sweat is in front of me enough. At best, I'm on all fours just to get palms down in front of me.
I hope no one else is doing a bit, but I'm doing a bit.
Daddy's got a pod.
I'm Casey Kasem, and this one's for the perverts.
Join us in our strange ritual.
That is time-traveling love smut.
I can only say horny in one season opener.
A medium amount of fun and an extra large amount of sweaty.
From the minds that brought you Giraffe and Amerisaur.
No regrets, no masters.
I got dick jokes to make, man. Leave me alone.
This is good. This is good for anyone.
This one's gonna be weird. I'm very interested to see where this goes.
Hello and welcome to Debate This, the show where no one is right, but someone is definitely wrong. In this show, we take time out of our busy adult lives to talk about comic books, video games, and how there weren't 97 X-Men in that show. There were like 10. Tops. What a letdown.
It's pretty good, Kyle.
That's really good, yeah.
It's pretty good.
It's a good joke.
Guys, how do you all have we all watched X-Men 97?
Nah, I haven't
Yeah.
even touched it.
Matt.
I started it. It's really good. It's
so
really, really good.
Each episode is like 20 minutes.
They're full half hours, but yeah, they're good.
Well, I have a
Matt.
2.5 hour plane ride tomorrow, so I'll catch up.
All right. So as we all, except for Matt, saw in X-Men 97, the X-Men got a little shake-up to the roster in their 27 years hiatus from being an animated cartoon. Mainly that its founder, commander, principal, and financial backer all died in a tragic sci-fi cartoon weapon discharge. That's all the same person, because I'm talking about Professor X. Professor X is dead. That's part of the conceit of this episode.
Well, Kyle, actually.
Yeah, it's comics, Todd. No one's actually dead.
But he isn't dead in the continuity of the show, right? He's just with the Shi'ar.
He was
Spoilers.
blasted with some laser, and he went with the Shi'ar. There was a catch-up video that was like 4 seasons of the cartoon in 25 minutes. Here you go.
What's his name from New Rockstars told me all about it.
Right.
Fortunately, before he died / went off with the Shi'ar, he left a list of new recruits for the new headmaster of the school, war criminal Magneto.
War criminal and fucking smoldering sexy man.
Yeah, they
Magneto.
didn't need to make him so hot.
They didn't need to make him so hot, but they did.
And we're grateful for it. Unfortunately for the school, except for the names, Xavier didn't really leave that much identifying information. And with Jean dealing with a new baby and her clone showing up and passing out on the doorstep, and she isn't really available to fire up Cerebro to help clear things up. So this week, I am joined by Matt Kamala Khan Cole, Todd Namor the Submariner Thomas, and Andrew Santa Claus Henderson. 3 talented, potential future X-Men who were all recently accepted into Professor Xavier's School for Gifted Youngsters, but are pretty sure they aren't actually mutants. They're just 3 normal guys.
I'm guessing the names are three characters who have appeared in X-Men comics with superpowers, but none of whom are mutants. Is
No,
that
I
correct?
think it's 3 that have been retconned to be mutants.
Well, Kamala Khan is an Inhuman.
She is.
Yep.
Yeah, she's been retconned
Matt-
as a mutant.
Matt got it.
New Kamala Khan is a mutant.
I didn't know Namor was retconned as a mutant either.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I think he started off as a mutant. Santa Claus. Yeah, that's funny. We're not debating that one.
That
Kamala Khan,
that one reads.
Kamala Khan, based as Inhuman, shortly after Miss Marvel's series came out on Disney Plus. I think she died in the comics, and
She
everyone's
did,
like,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
everyone's like, okay, so how
They-
quickly will she come back
fridged her.
immediately?
Very
I haven't
quickly.
read the new comic. Is it good? Have you guys read it?
I have not.
I haven't read it. I've heard really good things. Also, Namor didn't start as a mutant. He was created before mutants existed.
Yeah.
And then they were like, oh, that guy was the first mutant. Yeah.
First
Yeah.
mutant. Gotcha.
he was in Fantastic Four before mutants were a thing. And then when they had mutants, they were like, hey, Namor
Oh, yeah.
would be a good mutant.
Yeah.
We did that.
And then Santa Claus is a mutant as well.
Is Stephen Colbert also a mutant in this continuity? Because he's also in
No,
the
he
comics,
was a
right?
Skrull.
Yeah, he's a Skrull.
that's
That's
right.
He's a
different.
Skrull.
Those
Yeah.
are aliens. That's closer to Inhumans because Inhumans are aliens.
They live on the moon.
They do live on the moon.
Comics are
Lazy.
great, aren't they? Comics are are great and serious and always perfect.
Yeah.
So guys, how are you blending into school? What have you told your classmates and teachers what your quote unquote mutant abilities are? What do you guys do when they ask you to demonstrate? And have you chosen your new mutant moniker? Your mutant name, if you will. Matt, how's school going?
Kyle, board, whoever else is judging our admittance here, I think there's been some sort of mistake. See, I don't think that I'm a mutant. Everybody keeps telling me that I'm a technopath. I don't really know what that means. But I think that there's been some sort of mistake. See, all I did was convert a document type one time for Hank McCoy. And now suddenly I'm a technopath. It was out of control, Kyle. All he asked me to do was make it so that his Word document could be sent without being editable, but be printed to be editable. Everybody in the room saw how impressive it was, and they said, I am a powerful digital fiend. And now everybody calls me PDF. They say I'm a technopath. They call me PDF. And every time I try to tell them I'm not a mutant, I'm just kind of okay with technology, they ask me to do something else, like reset the Wi-Fi router or change the time on the microwave. And it's not like it's hard to do, but for some reason, I'm the only one who can do it. I didn't know this was a superpower. Please let me go home to my family.
Question. I have a question. Hello, it's me. Okay, so that's very funny. 1. 2.
Thank you.
Not a question. This is a question. The suffix path, does that imply that you can read technology? Contrary to the suffix mancer, which is like controlling said thing?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I am a technopath versus a technomancer. Because, there are plenty of mutants who can like change the inside of computers and shit, and I'm not even that guy. Like, I have to read the instruction manual to build a PC.
you just understand technology.
I just get it, it's not that hard. Like, you go to the settings menu. If you don't know where the settings menu is, you click the 3 dots, you scroll to the bottom, maybe log out, log back in, unplug it, plug it back in. It's not special, but apparently I'm the only one listening to the technology.
I thought a technopath was that thing I got lost in at the EDM festival.
Okay, fine. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
I like that.
Todd, how are you blending in? How are classes going?
So I sit here in the grand hall of Xavier School for Gifted Youngsters. Is it youngsters? Is that what it is? Students?
It's youngsters.
My God, that sucks.
What's a school?
Yeah, but there's a bunch of 18-year-olds and Wolverine stomping
Who
around.
are the faculty? Yes.
Yeah, that's a summer camp. Yeah.
I sit here in the grand hall, wringing my sweaty hands, all in hopes that I can just keep a low profile. I reach into my cargo pocket to pull out a handkerchief. Oh, wrong pocket. That one is already drenched. However, I reach into the passenger side cargo pocket. I find just that sweet relief for a moment in a dry handkerchief that is now no longer dry.
I don't like this ad copy. I don't like this ad copy at all.
Well, it's orientation week, and much like a student lying on their scholarship essay, I may have overextended myself here. Here I am, but a sweaty teenage boy. So sweaty. But those around me in the X-Mansion believe that I have hydrogenerative powers, and I can produce excess moisture from all surfaces of my body, almost on command. And I've told them that this is the power that I have. And, you might be asking, well, what do you do if they ask you about your powers? Well, when I'm pressed about this power of hydrogeneration, I just give them a double-clasped handshake just to show them my oh-so-sweaty powers, which honestly functions as both a display and a reason to not ask any more questions. You see, at home, I'm just the sweaty kid. But here, I can live my truth. Here, I'm able to weaponize my hyperhidrosis. Here, the students and the faculty know me only as Slick.
Ew.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. That's the right answer.
Super sucks. You delivered that with the passion and aplomb of Don Draper presenting an ad campaign to Kleenex.
Yes.
Kleenex. Your nose is in danger. And how can you help it? Because it's runny. Don't you want to fix that?
Pretty good.
If we were a real podcast, we'd have like sponsors lined up for each one of these answers.
Yeah.
Matt would do Adobe. Todd's got like, degree.
Kleenex.
Yeah,
Kleenex.
degree, I think, is the answer here.
Yeah, mine's BetterHelp.
BetterHelp. Okay.
Actually, no, I take that back. Mine is MeUndies. Keeps you dry.
Ooh.
Nice and breezy.
Yeah.
Moisture wicking technology.
They don't sponsor us. Shut up.
Well, fuck you, MeUndies.
No free ads.
Andrew,
Yeah.
why don't you tell us how your time at Xavier School for Gifted Youngsters is going?
What is good, my dudes? I come to the Xavier School for Gifted Youngsters as the latest of what is probably the most infamous line of the mutant. That is, of course, the telepath. Not to be confused with the telemancer. Now hold on, everybody. Let's just chill for a second. No, I'm not going to invade your thoughts like the professor or fling heavy boulders at you with my brain like Gene or Psylocke. No, guys, my power is the power to read a room.
Incredible.
That's really good.
Thank you. I walk in, I'm like, yeah, I get what everyone's putting down.
I see what's going on here.
Yeah. With my finely tuned sense, I can tell if someone is mad, happy, worried, horny. You'd be surprised how often that comes up in the X Mansion.
I don't think anyone would actually be surprised. No one
Yeah.
is really that
Immediately,
surprised.
every day, every moment of every day, someone's horny.
We all saw Gambit in that crop top.
We all saw Gambit in that crap top. But look, I'm not a pure telepath, and I don't really consider myself to be. Rather, I'm an empath. My name's Vibe Check, and I'm just here to have a good time, man.
Oh, jeez. I thought I came with a pretty discount superhero name, but I think Vibe Check might be the most Dollar General superhero name.
Vibe check sounds like something someone came up with to try and be relatable. They're like, this new hero is this new 2000s hero Vibe check.
It sounds like a hero that's gonna die 10 minutes later in the Invincible cartoon.
What we have birthed here, I mean, I know we're using X-Men as the kind of source, but we've really birthed our own version of Minutemen.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
You're not wrong.
Yeah. I like them.
I do too. This is a good team.
No one objectively says that.
Yeah.
You guys are going up against Magneto at the end of this, so actually, guys, it's time for gym. And at this school, that means it's time for the sometimes robotic void of buzzsaws and flamethrowers, sometimes holodeck with hard light projections that will kill you, known as the Danger Room. How do you guys survive in the Danger Room and get a passing grade? Matt.
Kyle, yeah, that's the thing. Like, I didn't even really mean to be in the Danger Room. They didn't even really tell me to go in the danger. I had to reset the router. And the router's in the Danger Room. And when the Wi-Fi goes out in the whole X Mansion, everybody loses their whole damn mind. You know, you've got Jean Grey and Professor X. He's dead or with the Shi'ar or whatever. But you've got these people who can read minds, but they can't just, like, read a situation other than our buddy Vibe Check here. They can't understand that sometimes you just need to go unplug the thing and plug it back in again. Now, it turns out if you hard reset the Danger Room while a program is active, all of the bad things just fall over. They just fall down and done. So when I walked into the Danger Room to see the New Mutants or whoever practicing in there, and I was like, oh, hey, excuse me, I just need to unplug and replug something real, and everything fell over. Everybody's like, oh my god, PDF took everybody out. and here I am. Like, I'm telling you, it was an accident. I didn't mean to be there. I didn't mean to do it. I just reset the router. That's all I did.
He read the manual to the Danger Room like nobody else
I read the
did.
manual to the Danger Room.
I love the idea of you just rebooting the Danger Room, and that makes everything go away. Just We gotta turn it off and turn it back on again, guys, and it'll be fixed.
I like it even more knowing that, like, at some point, the Danger Room became sentient and just started running around as an android called Danger that I'm pretty sure banged Wolverine.
Yep.
And that insinuates that, like,
Thanks, Joss Whedon.
that Danger Room sentient being could also probably just be, like, power cycled and be good. You know, as long as you leave it unplugged for 60 seconds so that all the power from the cord gets the whole way out of the converter, it really should just fix it.
I also compare this to, like, you turned off the router real quick. So, like, the Wi-Fi didn't quite cycle for a few minutes, and that's what stopped the Danger Room.
Yeah, right? Like, if the network comes up too quickly, things don't fully disconnect and reconnect. You've got to really cycle everything, or things kind of get trapped. Me telling my grandparents how to reset their router.
Has anyone ever tried to power cycle Ultron? See if it fixes his
No, that's
his
a good
attitude
idea.
problem?
That's a
good
great
thought.
idea.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what if we just look up the IP address for the Danger Room and just like go in and just change the admin settings?
Well,
Yeah.
it's like that thing where, like, if you have a Mac laptop and you just leave it on for days and days and days and you don't restart it, and then it just, like, isn't working, right? And
It gives up.
It gives up. It just, like, it gets confused easily. You just got to restart your Mac.
Yeah.
I'd like to go back and say my fake sponsor for this bit is NordVPN. Because if you just VPN into the
that's good.
Danger Room,
That's better.
that's all you
It's
need.
really good.
That is good.
Also, no free sponsorships. Nord doesn't sponsor us either. Get fucked,
Yeah,
Nord.
Go to hell, NordVPN.
Get bent, NordVPN. Give us money. Todd.
NordVPN, eat a butt.
Yeah, Kyle, every good X-Men, they know their role to fight, you know. It's very clear. I'm not a frontliner, and I'm sure not fit for, like, a fastball special. I'm more of, like, a third line distraction kind of situation. Like, you know, the A-listers, they go in swinging. The B teams start to kind of do some cleanup. I'm just coming in third and behind, bringing some flair. So in the battle, you can expect me to pull, like, 2 different specific moves. You know, like all X-Men, my uniform will emphasize my abilities, basically offering me 0 friction. So I enter the battle doing this, like, Iceman kind of Frozone sort of slide-in situation, all aided by my heavily lubricated body to get behind the target of the distraction. And so, like all dramatic fights, at some point, some hero gets grabbed by the Sentinel. And so if I'm grabbed, I just wriggle and sweat. Oh, how I sweat. Until just the clunky fist of the Sentinel can't hold my gallons of involuntarily produced body juices any longer. And I just slide safely to freedom before, like, Wolverine cuts its head off or something. I don't know.
I really like, I'll just wriggle as an emergency plan. That's a great emergency plan.
It's more of a thrashing, if we're being honest. It's just convulsion, just hoping for the best.
Yeah, starts as a wriggle, but maybe turns into a thrash as things get more desperate.
You got to get that heart rate up if you really want to activate the powers that I have to their full capability. Just got to get it going.
Well, and it's fortunate that all of the X-Men's major villains, their whole thing is requiring their enemy to be pinned down. Like, just in a completely like submissive,
Mm-hmm. And I just kind of, like, go into the, like, what's the bobsled, where they like stiffen out and they just ride it by themselves.
Skeleton.
Oh, yeah, skeleton.
Yeah.
I just, like, skeleton pose, and I just kind of, like, wriggle a whole bunch, and then I go whoop.
Yeah.
Now, Todd, I do have a question for you. You said you're sliding in like Iceman or Frozone. Are you standing for this? Are you on,
same
are your
question.
Feet so sweaty that you are able to pull off a standing slide?
Yeah, so my shoes are off and my feet are that sweaty. I want to make it clear I'm probably not standing. I didn't want to go into the specifics of this because it's not appealing to anyone. To make sure that the sweat is in front of me enough, at best, I'm on all fours just to get palms down in front of me. At worst, it's just kind of like a belly flop slide, somewhere between what Toad could probably do and what the Blob does. But I'm just a normal sized teenage boy, just out there slip sliding.
Doing his best.
That's very informative. Thank you.
Yeah, I didn't want to paint that mental image, but you, Kyle, made me.
I did.
So...
I did. I am the villain here, and
Mhm.
and I take all the blame for this.
Mhm.
While I'm taking all the blame, Andrew, tell us how you fare against the danger room.
Look, I'm not going to sit here and try to convince you that gauging how mad at me the robots are is going to help me to blow up a bunch of death machines, right? That's not the angle here.
I'm glad you're getting that one. You're taking
Yeah.
the bullets out
I'm
of the
taking-
chamber for us immediately, and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Now that said, though, we all know that being on the X-Men is never a solo gig, right? Even when the most lone wolf of lone wolf mutants are out there doing their own thing, there's at least 3 more tailing them and waiting in the wings for shit to go down. And that's what it boils down to. Being an X-Man is building relationships with people who can blow shit up for you.
Fair point.
I mean, yeah, sure. Cyclops can laser beam robots as tall as skyscrapers. Storm can summon natural disasters. Iceman can cast Cone of Cold at 8th level. But you know what they all have in common. Deep down, beneath the godlike superpowers, they're all just regular people. Regular people with wants and dreams and desires and flaws. Regular, flawed people who want what anyone wants. Someone to listen. Someone to validate. Someone who gets them. And that's where I come in. Because you better believe no one's going to let old Vibe Check get melted by simulated laser beams when they need a shoulder to cry on.
So your power is
Say it.
clear.
Yep,
Building
say it.
relationships so that other people beat the robots for me, yes.
Right. So when confronted with Sentinels, it's not that you're doing anything
Correct.
to stop the Sentinels.
Yep.
It's that everyone loves you so much that
Yep.
they say, "Oh,
I'm cashing in on a favor.
Well, it's the power of friendship. His
Power.
superpower is the power
that
of
is right.
friendship.
Your superpower is the power of friendship."
Yeah.
The most powerful power of
The
all.
only thing that can destroy Sephiroth, yes.
Yeah.
I hate this podcast.
I'm also imagining Andrew just like sitting cross-legged with the danger room sentient robot and like having a heart-to-heart with that. It's like you don't want to do this danger room stuff, do you?
What are you doing,
Like,
man? What are you doing,
yeah,
man?
what are we doing?
Now I'm just imagining you like face to face with Apocalypse and just being like, "Hey, have you looked inward?
Yeah.
Have you like,
you gonna enslave all these people?
yeah, like I know that you summoned your own 4 horsemen again, and that like Abensor, you've been around forever, yada yada. I get it, but like, what is it that you want?"
Yeah, it sounds like what I'm getting is nobody's taken a moment to really listen to what you're trying to accomplish here. What is it you're
Yeah.
trying to accomplish here? Yeah. That's exactly it.
Wow. I feel like
No, I hate that.
Yeah, no. It's rough.
all right, guys. So bad news. The gig might be up.
Oh no.
Wolverine and Jean Grey are back from a mission, and they want to have a one-on-one with you to see how you're fitting in. How do you get through this conference with a telepath and a guy who can smell when you're lying without getting caught? Matt, your teacher conference is up first.
Kyle, I thought I was finally in the clear. I was like, I'm going to sit down with Wolverine and Jean Grey, 2 of the most powerful and important mutants that have ever existed in this school, and they're going to look at my soft, squishy man body and say, certainly not. Certainly not a mutant, this boy. This boy not
Certainly
mutant. But no, that's not what happened. See, you said it yourself. Jean Grey has a new kid at home, and so we sat down to do the one-on-one, and suddenly she realized that her app for her baby monitor wasn't working, and I looked over and I was like, oh, there's probably an update available. If you need to go to the app. No, close the app, go to the app store, and then, check for updates. Once you check for updates, go ahead, download that update, and then reopen the app. And I fixed it, and then suddenly she was able to look at, her baby monitor app, and she's happy. She's fine. She believes now that I have some technological power. And I'm like, Wolverine, buddy, you got to hear me out here. And he's like, but this paper shredder isn't working. And I said, have you unplugged it and plugged it back in again? And he did, and it fixed it.
The idea that Wolverine needs
Wait.
a paper shredder is great.
Wait.
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna wait until you were done. The Wolverine paper shredder thing is silly, and a different kind of silly.
Really
But
fun
that's
and
not,
silly.
That's not the one I'm mad about. You're telling me that the most powerful telepath in X-Men canon needs a baby monitor app to just know how her baby's doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, babies don't have an intelligence score of higher than 2, so you can't.
And you're gonna tell me, Andrew, that Jean Grey's never talked to anything with an intelligence score lower than 3 in
I'm not going to say that because I'm sure she has.
I love how silly and stupid your answer is, Matt, but fuck you.
Todd takes issue with the continuity of it.
It's the thing we do where it's like we're all verging in the space of silly, and you're like, no, too far. You saying that Jean Grey
silly.
Jean Grey needs a nanny cam to know how her baby's doing 1 floor away. Bridge too far.
Maybe if she had something that was not so strong as a telepath, but just something that could pick up on general emotion.
Shut up. Shut up. You and Matt both equally go to hell. Go to different corners of hell and stay there until you've learned something.
So that's what I'm saying, is that as a mutant, I think that much like somebody who is aging in modern civilization, you become detached from the changing world around you because for whatever reason, you're too powerful or strong or you know too much to be affected by these changes. And so you just stop paying attention. And it turns out everybody in the X-Mansion stopped paying attention around flip phones. And I just keep accidentally solving problems. And now they think I belong here, and they call me PDF, which is weird. But it is a kind of a cool nickname, and so I'm going to write it out.
All right. I'm more hung up on that Todd was more angry about the baby monitor than Wolverine.
Paper shredder.
Than Wolverine
Yeah, I know.
needing a paper shredder, but
I was gonna hold all criticism till Matt was done, and then the paper shredder just it triggered me.
I guess Wolverine needs a paper shredder just like a chef's got to order out sometimes.
It's true.
You can't take work home with you like that.
Look me in the eye and tell me Emerald Lagasse's never eaten a Taco Bell. You know,
Exactly.
every once in a while.
Yeah.
Even Bobby Flay goes to Burger King.
I feel like
That's right.
those are different. I think those are different.
I don't know.
Todd, it's time for your one-on-one.
Yeah,
time
no,
for
it's
your
a one-on-
teacher
it's a one-on-two.
student conference.
Yeah, let's take the low-hanging fruit first. Wolverine's sense of smell will be his own demise in this situation.
Yeah.
We are in but a small conference room. I've just got to wait him out a few minutes, and he'll have to leave the room based upon what is presumed to be a smell generated as, one of the consequences of me engaging my full Omega level powers.
Bold of you to assume you smell worse than Wolverine.
Slick is an Omega level mutant?
Wow.
Listen, yes.
In this world where Jean Grey needs a baby monitor, Slick is an Omega level mutant.
Yes, I can also push the envelope a little too far. Jean Grey is going to be a situation that solves itself too. Listen, I'm just a nervous, sweaty teenage boy sitting here now alone with the most powerful telepath in all existence. If she is able to withstand the presumable Omega level smell and then is still willing to try and probe my brain, that's on her. That's at her own risk. Long before she finds anything incriminating about me lying about my ability to control my excessive sweatiness, she's going to have to emerge from a war zone that is adolescent teenage male brain when confronted with a telepathic mutant mommy. So, I'm not saying anything here other than this is on her. If she can withstand that trial by fire that is the adolescent teenage brain and still is like, oh, you're lying about how much you can control your sweat, game over and good for her.
Real quick, hold on. I have a question about the canon that we've established here. So the thing is, right, the three of us, at least we know, aren't actually mutants.
I'm starting to believe I'm a mutant.
Just said that he's an Omega level mutant, but that his mutant power is controlling how much he sweats, which means he just is a regular guy, sweats at an Omega mutant level amount much. Am I getting that right?
I think this is sort of an unreliable narrator situation.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, I
like
do
that.
want to answer the question though. I think that I am at base level very sweaty.
But are you the sweatiest possible being in the known mutant verse.
I don't know. That's not even the metric for an omega. It's like
I just had to
literally,
exceed a specific level of sweatiness and being able to control it at a certain level of powerful.
It's like a PMP certification. No one really knows how you get it.
do you sweat at physics breaking levels? Do you generate more water than can exist in your small teenage body?
Right. You know what? Let's just be fair. At teenage level, probably not yet. However,
gotta go through a couple more mutations.
Going
first.
through the Xavier School of Gifted Youngsters, that is where I'll learn to hone and build my skill even stronger till the point that I cannot be controlled.
When you have to wait until you're going to Xavier School for Gifted middle-aged middle managers.
where my sweatiness will know no bounds.
Yeah.
All right, Andrew, you watch a incredibly drenched Todd walk out of Jean Grey and Wolverine's office, and it is now time for your student-teacher conference.
Well, I think my answer. This is actually the easiest answer for me. Easily deflect the situation by calling out the very obvious sexual tension in the room between Wolverine and Jean Grey, and really just kind of just start the open dialogue. Hey, this is not my place, but like, you guys ever talked to Scott about this like clear throuple situation? I mean, look, I don't know, man. Maybe Cyclops is into it. Maybe you shouldn't make that call for him, right? Like, don't presuppose, right? Maybe he deserves to have his point of view heard too. You know what? I should let you guys just kind of talk it out. We'll come back. We can regroup on this later. Deflection. It's that easy.
I think it's a good answer. I want to yell about things. That one's pretty good.
I got nothing. Yeah. Just drop that bomb in the room and walk out. And
look, that's what I said. They're all people too.
Assuming that like Wolverine doesn't straight up impale you right then and there, and that Jean Grey doesn't look past the thinly veiled deflection, like pretty good.
Yeah,
exactly. Those are the two outcomes. It's like either I'm dead immediately, which is like fine, or because
like cool, I get it.
Yeah, like fair enough. Or like game recognized game. Wolverine shakes my hand and says, "You've passed the test, bub."
Speaking of game recognizing game, we are about to take a break. But before we do, it was just announced that all three of you are doing so well at Xavier School for Gifted Youngsters. Everyone is impressed with the progress you've made this year on developing your mutant abilities. You have all been selected to go on a mission with the X-Men as a audition tryout to permanently join the team. Your standard kaiju is attacking the city, giant monster mission. How do you not only help the mission succeed, but stand out against your other two classmates on the mission with you to become a permanent member of the X-Men? We will take your answers after this break. Oh, I'm so excited to have an ad to run again instead of having to find old video game music and hope we don't get DCMA struck.
Yeah, it's fine.
I'm going to use that as the start of the ad.
Do we know what we're saying? Are we just going to wing it?
I think we're just going to wing it.
Okay.
We'll make it happen.
Hey, you're listening to this. Do you like video games and maybe karaoke?
What a threatening question.
Hey, you, the listener.
Do
you like video games and karaoke?
Well, I can promise you that you'll get one of those two things at the Midwest Gaming Classic that's happening between April 5th through April 7th at the Baird Center in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And we are going to get a table. We're going to hand out free merch. Most importantly, we're going to do a live show.
We are doing our live show on the bonus stage Saturday night at 7 p.m. That's Saturday night, 7 p.m. Central Time, if you needed to know what time.
Not that it also would matter because it's not getting broadcast.
We're not live
else.
streaming it, but it'll be on the main feed after we're done.
Yeah.
Eventually.
We did this last year. Todd and I yelled about Donkey Kong and Sonic, and it was a really fun time.
We had a PowerPoint slideshow.
We did have a PowerPoint slideshow. It was unhinged.
Everyone clapped.
Todd, is there going to be a PowerPoint slideshow again this
fucking
year?
Course there's going to be a PowerPoint slideshow.
Again. There has to be. The people, listen, the people have been asking. You, the people.
Yeah, you, the people, have been demanding it.
The time we weren't on stage, we spent at the table getting people mad by asking questions like, is a DVD player, a video game console.
Yeah, it's pretty cursed.
I think we're going to do that again.
All 4 of us are going to be there this time.
Yay!
See all of us in person.
Yeah.
And our topic is
Insert topic here.
Good.
7 p.m. on the bonus stage, Saturday, April 7th? 6th, April 6th. Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Midwest Gaming Classic.
See you there.
Could be fun.
Could be fun.
Could be fun.
All right, we're back. Guys, it is time for your first mission with the X-Men. This is going to be a trial run to see if you fit with the team and stand out against your other 2 classmates trying out with you. So, Matt, what are you going to do on this X-Men mission to secure your slot on the team?
Yeah, Kyle, again, like, I don't even really want to be included in this. I just happened to be at the X Mansion when a call came in and they were like, Cyclops, you got to get down here right away. There is your, what'd you say, standard kaiju? There's your standard kaiju destroying the city. And Cyclops is like, okay. And they loaded into the X-Jet. And they were like, how much time do we have? And they're like, you only have 10 minutes before the kaiju destroys the city. And Cyclops was like, oh no, Google Maps says it's going to take us 18 minutes to get there. And I said, well, that's actually because you have the eco-friendly mode on, so it's trying to save you gas mileage. If you unclick that and click arrival time, then it will change and you'll be able to get there a little bit quicker. And when the X-Men made it there in 9 minutes, they're like, this PDF guy saved the city because he got Cyclops there on time. We got to keep him around. And here I am, stuck once again. Didn't want to be here, just trying to be helpful. Not a technopath, just kind of get technology, that's all.
Incredible.
I can't believe you would steal Cyclops being able to go the most eco-friendly route from him. That's the real crime.
And Willin, did you say what you were traveling in? Did I miss that part?
It's X-Jet.
Yeah, I said the
It's
X-Jet.
jet, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
You avoided toll roads on the jet.
The city's really far away.
Closest distance between 2 points is a straight line.
Yeah.
All the time.
What was Cyclops doing?
He was gonna ride
He was
the
avoiding
nor'easter
highways
wind.
and-
Yeah, he's famously...
Yeah.
Cyclops famously doesn't like to take the freeway.
Yeah.
Avoiding toll roads.
Yeah.
All right, Todd. Slick, I should say. What are you
Slick,
doing?
Thank you.
What are you doing to help take down this kaiju? Now that Matt got you there so quickly.
Well, that was great. That's really handy. I think my outfit has a cape, but it's always just stuck to me. Andrew will have, vibe check. I feel like will have no impact here in the field of battle, and actually may be a liability the more we think about it. So, like, let's just start with that, and then PDFs. I want to be proper here. PDF's ability to use technology better. But like better than the Gen Xers running the team isn't that impressive either in the field. Because like the baseline, we all know that the Geek Squad had to set up the Wi-Fi in the mansion. Like there's no way they did it themselves. So like the bar was pretty unbelievably low. Whereas I have the best synergy with the team. So let's talk about what that looks like. Wolverine, though strong and durable, constantly just gets like swatted out of the air, grabbed and thrown. That's going to be a lot harder for this kaiju when I slap his exposed arms a lot to create this like viscous film of armor that just makes him harder to hold on to. This is a thing that my best friend Wolverine and I, we've come to call this the slip and slide special in the field. So that's what I have to offer. There's other versions of this too. So as I'm like sliding around in the battle, I'm just littering the battle with all of my viscous sweat. That sets up Storm to do what we call the perspiration precipitation maneuver, where she pulls the sweat from the ground and then freezes it into ice bullets and just blasts the kaiju. The best version, though, here is I did say, like, I am especially prone to not being grabbed and held onto. So me and my buddy Gambit have put together this special little trick. So I'm like zip-zagging all around the field, and I finally get picked up, and then I get dropped. And Gambit has the ability to use his little Gambit charge, his kinetic charge, to charge this snail trail of sweat that I've left all across the battlefield in a maneuver that we call the Royal Flush, as he charges the trail of sweat that then leads all around the kaiju and explodes. I think that I'm the piece of the puzzle the X-Men were missing. And in this essay, I will explain how I think I'm nearing Omega level powers.
Might be the longest super secret answer we've ever had.
Yeah, truly.
It kind of got out of hand.
Yeah.
But then again, so has this. So has my lie
episode.
on my
Yeah.
ACT. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the world where the ACT, like answering the ACT unfaithfully leads you to being deemed a mutant and being sent to the X-Men school.
You are bound by your ACT response.
Honestly, the thing that I kept coming back to on this was like, you know, when you filled out your application for college and you said what you're involved in, and you were like, oh yeah, I did Spanish club for half a year.
For any listeners listening who aren't from the state of Ohio, the ACT is like the SAT, but the Ohio version.
Yeah,
There you go.
But not as hard.
Different.
It's true. It's graded differently. It's graded better.
It is. It is.
Yep.
Andrew, you're up.
Yeah.
Kaiju's still standing. Secure your spot on the team.
Sorry, Slick, was it right? Yeah?
Too busy hanging out with my best friends, but yes.
Yeah. I'm so sorry. I know we're in the middle, but I can't help it. You seem really upset with PDF for some reason. We're all here, like PDF and I, we're just trying to do our best out here, man. So like,
Is this happening during the fight?
yeah.
Is this happening?
So
Okay.
just tell us what's on your mind. Like, it'll just get it off your chest. You know, we need to be working together.
It's a kaiju. There's a kaiju.
PDF. I noticed Slick there's, you know, he seems upset, but he's at least sharing. But you yourself seem pretty tight-lipped, brother. Why don't you just tell us about what Slick is doing that's making you uncomfortable? What do you feel about that?
Are you trying to read the room right now?
Yeah, I'm turning them against each other.
In this whole time, the narrative, the vibe check, people love vibe check so much that they will protect him in battle. As you're now actively distracting people from the
manipulating you.
battle,
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah,
I love it.
you know, everyone's gotta have a defense mechanism.
The visual of this is incredible because there's an active battle going on, but a man named Vibe Check is just walking up to like Cyclops.
Hey,
like,
how you
hey
feel about
Cyclops,
that?
hey, real quick. I just wanted to talk to you about some stuff.
Yeah.
I don't like the way Slick is looking at you.
Yeah.
Hey, Aurora Monroe, the most powerful mutant on the team. Real quick, come here.
Yeah.
Why don't
Just real fast.
Let's wrap.
Let's wrap. There's suddenly a chair you sit backwards on.
Yeah. That's it.
All right. Well, guys, the kaiju battle is over. The day has been saved thanks to the combined efforts of PDF, Slick, and Vibe Check, and mostly the actual X-Men. And on the flight home, they want to debrief. So tell them why you should be an X-Men. It's closing statements. It's closing statements, but I'm doing it like you're fighting for your slot on the team.
Okay, look, this has been fun. I've enjoyed palling around with y'all, but I do really need to get back. I just do in-home IT as like a freelance thing. Like I'm on one of the. Oh, you haven't heard of the apps? Well, if you go to your app store, you can download. There's like 3 or 4 like apps where people will come over to your house and do minor projects for small fees. You can just download that, and I'm on there. Oh, you've never heard of that? Oh, sorry. I guess I introduced you to something else new technology-wise. Yeah, I'll stick around. I'll show you how to set up the app. That's fine. Yeah, that's okay. That's fine.
Good.
I'm here, and I'm not telling, and this is Slick talking. I'm not telling Slick's story. I'm telling all of our stories.
What?
My story could have been any of us. We've all dreamt of being an X-Man, and here it is. Just a kid doing his best, filled to the brim with unnatural sweat. And I think that I'm the missing piece of this cohesive team that can really just goop us all together. One big viscous family.
Great.
Look, there are a lot of X-Men that can do a lot of cool things, but I'm willing to bet you I'm going to bring something to the table that no one else can. I'm willing to listen. Also, I want to publish an errata. I said the Minutemen earlier, and I meant the Mystery Men. I didn't know if everybody got that.
I think we were all on board with it.
I was not.
Gotcha.
I thought you meant the like nerds that were the 1950s Watchmen in the beginning of that movie.
I meant the Mystery Men. We are the Kel
Mystery
Mitchell's
Men.
Mystery Men.
Yeah.
Oh, like the fort guy. Yeah, I'm there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Guys, the X-Men are going to go decide which one of you makes the cut, which one of you's on the team. While they do that, you're hanging out alone on the X-Jet. Do some good vibes.
Yeah, hey, this was a lot of fun. I really liked this. I had a really hard time coming up with something for this prompt, and I very much loved the angles that you guys took on it. Weaponizing sweatiness. Honestly, just like being applauded for my sweatiness is something that I, as a middle school boy, dreamed of more than being an X-Men. Like, if people would have been proud of me for sweating as much as I did, I wouldn't have cared about comic books. Because I definitely had 2 years of my life where I would only wear black and white t-shirts. So I think that that's really fun, and I like it a lot. And I also really enjoyed the thought experiment of, like, how is sweating an Omega level mutant power? If sweating is an Omega level mutant power, how much sweat is that? I think that's a lot of fun, and I really like it. Andrew, you were the first one to put your answer in today. And you basically, I think, said something along the lines in our notes of I'm a telepath. And I was like, well, that's the good answer. God damn it. And I didn't know what direction you were going, but guy who reads the room is chef's kiss. I love it. It's excellent. This was a lot of fun, and I'm glad that we all went the directions that we did.
Yeah.
Yeah, Matt, the narrative of I'm just kind of good with technology and that blows everyone's mind is really, really good on a number of levels. My favorite being that, like, in the X-Men greater universe, there probably is a really good technopath. Maybe they're just not at Xavier School for Gifted Youngsters yet, and maybe no one knows that mutants have that power.
Mm-hmm.
So you're just like the guy who set up the Wi-Fi really quickly, or like the guy who was able to set up the Ring doorbell. And so everyone's like, oh, he's a wizard. And like, you're there now. And again, like knowing of the like approximate age of most of the X-Men in charge, they would all be bad with technology. And so I love the fact that like, you're just there, a dude who's kind of good with technology and like can't really leave because you keep stumbling into these other situations. Like the headlines for the X-Jet haven't been able to turn off for 3 years. And you're like, oh no, it's a button under. Like it's
in settings. You have to go to settings.
Yeah. Well, like and it'll shut off when you turn the engine off, but you've pressed the button, so you got to press that button. Yeah. No, can I leave? Like I think that was very, very good. Andrew, yours was the believable one of like a dude who shouldn't be there, but just is really good at reading the room, and so everyone's like, oh shit. Like, oh, I guess there is a lot of sexual tension around here.
Yeah.
Man, weird that no one's ever called that out. Like, oh, Wolverine acts really rude. Has anyone told Wolverine?
Yeah, has anyone just like, talked to him about it?
In like a kind, approachable way to like let him know that his actions have consequences to other people.
Right.
Like, to me, that's very, very funny, and I think that's very good.
What I love about the PDF answer is like it's not just that it's like, oh, he's good with technology. It's that like it's the guy who read the manual. Like that to me is so because it is like I made the joke, but it's like, oh no, it's in settings. Like you have to go like it's like you're able to navigate any like incomprehensible menu that exists. Or like you know how to reset the Wi-Fi password. Not that it takes like an incredible like electrician's brain. It just takes like that type of common sense.
Exactly.
It's really funny. The idea of like a superpower being the sweaty guy that doesn't wipe off the stool at the gym or at the bench at the gym. So just you're constantly living a snail trail of sweat is horrifying, but really funny. I did like Todd, I like the visual of all of the team up moves because it's like it's very like, yeah, I helped like versions of team up moves is like it's that person doing their superpower, but it's a little wetter.
Yeah. Well, like Storm can call down rain from the sky.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I did not do anything there.
But like but it's a little slicker, slimier.
It's definitely worse.
Yeah.
It's certainly not better.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
These were good. These were good. This was a good time.
These were good. Guys, the X-Men are back. They have made their decision. Starting off, Slick, Todd
Yeah.
didn't make the cut.
I'm keeping the uniform.
That's fine because
We don't want that back.
because
want
they
it
were
back.
gonna burn it anyway. Sweat, like excessive sweat. Even if it was a super amount of sweat, it's just too off-putting. The X-Men are working on their PR right now, and a really sweaty guy in 2024 just isn't what they need. Isn't helping the image at all. So unfortunately, you're back in class. You're on the auxiliary team, and like the auxiliary to the
Oh
auxiliary
no, not the New
team.
Mutants.
I'm gonna need a new seat cushion
Yeah, about
every week.
about that. Vibe check. Jean and Wolverine did not appreciate you calling out their tense sexual tension,
Yeah.
getting gaslit on a
and they
Riveting
think,
By a child.
by a child, by
and
effectively
they
a child.
think if you were on the team, it would lead to more bad vibes than good, and those aren't the vibes that they want to bring on their mission.
To be fair, I never promised good vibes. I just promised vibes. So
Just promised vibes. However, there is a place for you at
Oh, no, not the
Xavier
New
School
Mutants.
for gifted youngsters. No, you're the counselor. Jean
okay. Fine.
was the counselor, but she isn't emotionally well adjusted enough to counsel anyone. So
That's really shitty to make the telepath the counselor also.
Yeah.
That's really fucked up, X-Men. Anyway, cool. That's
Yeah.
fine. I
Yeah.
accept.
That brings us to PDF. PDF, congratulations. You are on the X-Men.
But I'm not a mutant. I just want to go home.
Nope.
That's right. You're not one of the New Mutants.
You're not one
Yeah.
of the New Mutants. You are an X-Men.
Part of the whole thing here at Xavier School is acceptance of yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
PDF.
But there's
Yeah.
nothing. I'm not.
All of us are special, PDF.
Since you've been at the Xavier School for Gifted Youngsters, the Wi-Fi uptime has increased dramatically. Wolverine has smashed fewer paper shredders and other small office appliances, and things just seem to be working a lot better. Like, you got those headlights turned off. They haven't been able to get those headlights turned off for months. You are an incredibly valuable member of the team, and your presence is well appreciated, PDF. So, congratulations. Here's your uniform. You get a single bedroom now, and a stipend? I think you get a stipend as well.
Well, that's cool.
So, yeah.
All right. Well, I guess I will. I'll set up my do business as for my Angie's List business out of this new address that I live at. I guess.
Oh, about
Thank you.
that. Can't
What?
do freelance work anymore.
Oh shit!
You're a full tenured X-Men cannot do freelance work.
Also, there's no pay.
Well, you get
Well, you said I got
that
a
small
stipend.
He gets that small stipend.
Yeah.
That is going to do it for us today at Debate This. Thank you for listening in. You can follow along with the arguments on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at DebateThisCast, or on our website at debatethiscast.com. Merch! We have that! Right now, you can go on PDF's own internet and order things that say Debate This on them. All you need to do is head to our Redbubble page and give us your money. Does our Redbubble page have a cool and easy URL for us to read in an audio ad? Yes! Thanks again to our good friend PDF. You can check out our merch at merchthis.net. So this weekend, as you're listening to this brand new episode, we will be at the Midwest Gaming Expo in Milwaukee with a live show Saturday the 6th at, I'm sure, a scheduled time
7.
and place at
7.
7
On the bonus
Central
stage.
time on the bonus stage.
Good job, Kyle.
at the Midwest Gaming Expo. Come check us out. We'd love to see you. Until next time, I'm Kyle Harper.
I'm Matt. A technokinetic is just a dancer at an EDM show. Cole.
I'm Todd. To me, my X-Men, it's time to slop them up. Thomas.
And I'm Andrew. The only emotion here in the X-Mansion is, in fact, horny. Henderson.
And we're saying thanks for debating with us. And if you think we're wrong, you can come fight us behind the swing sets, nerds.
It's time to slop them up.